morning. I am Stephanie and I am the mom.
And I'm Sydney and I'm the daughter.
And we live in Ohio where it is very, very cold this morning. And we were in the mood for something warm, kind of make us warm on the inside. So we are making some ooey gooey monkey bread. It is a family favorite. We have used it for, years and years, this recipe. And we wanted to share it with you guys.
Okay, so we're going to start. I've already mixed up 3/4 of a cup of white sugar and then 3 tablespoons of Vietnamese cinnamon. You can use any kind of cinnamon, but Vietnamese cinnamon is our choice. It's a hair sweeter. And then what we're going to do is we kind of cheat, make this semi-homemade. We use Grand's biscuits. This is the 16.3 ounce package, and you will need 2 of them. So we can open this up.
So while Sydney is opening up the biscuits, we get our Vietnamese cinnamon from Kinzi's. It's stronger, sweeter in it. I don't know, it just seems to caramelize better when you bake with it. So, and I know Kinzi's does have an online store. So if you're not local to Columbus, Ohio, you definitely can order this online.
Okay, so I already have greased the bundt pan. You want to make sure you grease it really well with margarine because the cinnamon and the sugar are going to caramelize while it's in the oven, and you are going to have to flip it when it's done, so you don't want it to stick. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our KitchenAid shears here. I put it in a cup of cold water. What this helps is when you get the biscuit, these are very, very sticky and kind of a tacky substance, and it will allow the scissors to cut right through and not have a lot of dough be on your blades, so they'll cut through easier for you. So you're going to cut the biscuits into quarters, little pie pieces, and drop them into the cinnamon and sugar mixture. And then what I do is I just toss them in here so that they have a good coating, and then you're going to put them into the bundt pan. You're going to do this over and over and over and over until you get through both packages of the Grand's biscuit dough, and just keep, it doesn't matter what it looks like in here, it's going to cook and form together. And then do it again. I just put the shears back in each time when I get done with one biscuit. And that's about all there is to that. So I'm going to finish this and then we'll come back with you for the next step.
Want to do a 3, 2, 1 action?
Okay, quiet. All right, we are back, and Sydney has just a few little pieces of biscuit to finish putting in.
Got the last few. Now, it's not going to fill up your whole bundt pan, but it will rise tremendously in the oven once you get it in there, so don't worry about that. Now, this is what mine looks like, just some chunks of, cinnamon sugar bread. What I do is this extra cinnamon and sugar, I just put it over the top because it's going to make it more gooey for you. If you like it a hair drier, skip this step. It's all personal preference, no right or wrong way. And then what we're going to do is we have 1/2 cup or 1 stick of margarine that has been melted, and then another 3/4 cup of white sugar. Just put it in there together. It's going to have I call it an applesauce consistency. It's not going to totally melt the sugar, but it will kind of be jelly. Just mix that in here, and then we're going to dump this over the entire top of our cake.
Or bread.
Bread. Monkey cake, monkey bread. And then you're just going to pour it, and it's going to go down into all of the nooks and crannies. You want to get this as much spread out as you can. And then I kind of just circle the pan around so it can get into all of those cracks and crevices.
Maybe you can hold it up and show it to them, kind of.
So
kind of
now it's wet and thick.
thick.
They're not
looking, yeah.
moving near as easily. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this into the oven at 350 degrees, and it takes about 35 minutes, give or take, on your oven. And we will be back with you when it's all done. Okay guys, we just pulled the monkey bread out of the oven here, and it is very hot.
And smells delicious.
So what we're going to do is we're going to flip it onto the plate. Now I have made a mess of this over the years, and the best way I have found to do this is flip your plate first and just lay it on here. But what I'm going to do first is show you guys what ours looks like. That's how it came out. Now it does look dark. Depending on the cinnamon you use, some cinnamons are darker in color than others, and Vietnamese cinnamon happens to be one of them. So make sure you have your pot holders ready, and then we're just going to flip the whole thing. And the hope is that nothing sticks, but that's normally never the case. But we may have gotten a winner.
Oh, only lost one.
Oh, we got a couple in
Got a
here,
couple.
but not too bad. Ow. Very hot. Get it?
Yeah, if you guys could smell this, it is so amazing.
And it looks super sticky and gooey. So if you like that, definitely put that extra cinnamon and sugar topping on when you're done rolling your dough.
It is very, very, very hot.
Now I want to give you guys a close-up of this, so I'm going to put a few on. Actually, I'll just bring it over here for you. Because this, you can see the sticky glaze all on top if I don't lose it. And then some people like to put icing over theirs, so you can make like a royal glaze or, you know, whatever your go-to fast glaze is, and just drizzle it over the top while it's hot so it seeps in. I personally do not care for icing, so I will eat mine just like this, but it's up to you guys. And you guys can also put powdered sugar on it if you like powdered sugar. But that's all I have for today. Did you want to input anything else?
Well, how we normally eat it as a family is once it cools just a little bit, and I don't know if it's there yet. No, it's still a little hot. We just start pulling pieces off. And everybody just typically, we don't even get it to the table normally. They just
gather
around and start picking and eating. It usually takes maybe 3-4 minutes, I'd say, or so for the cinnamon glaze to not be quite so hot. And I think sometimes because we use the Vietnamese cinnamon, it's a little extra, I'm going to call it like gooey, and so it may take an extra minute or two for it to cool. Be really careful if you have little ones digging in here because it is really hot.
It sticks to your fingers and burns even faster.
So, well, I think that's it. I hope you guys try this recipe and your family loves it as much as ours does. Thanks, guys. Bye.